You ever go to the grocery store thinking, okay, in and out. Just essentials. Nothing extra. You even make a list. Maybe you check your bank account first. Maybe you tell yourself, I'm only spending around $80 today. Very responsible. Very disciplined. And honestly, you mean it. At first, everything is going fine. Bread. Eggs. Rice. Pasta. Frozen stuff. You're doing great. Then somehow, something shifts. You walk past a section you weren't planning to visit. You see a snack you used to love. A nicer brand of coffee. That expensive cheese you always look at but never buy. And suddenly your brain goes, you know what? Why not? It's just one thing. Then another. Then another. A drink you don't need. A dessert. Something seasonal. Something on sale that somehow feels irresponsible not to buy. And while this is happening, nothing feels wrong. Actually, it feels kind of nice. For 20 or 30 minutes, life feels weirdly put together. Your cart is full. You have options. Food for the week. Little treats. A tiny bit of luxury. And for some reason, that feels good. Like you're doing okay. Like life is under control. Like maybe you are one of those adults who has it together. Then you get to checkout. And the number appears. $148. $173. $212. Whatever your personal pain threshold is. And instantly, your mood changes. Not slowly. Immediately. You just stare at the screen like, how? You tap your card anyway. Grab your bags. Walk outside. Put everything in your trunk. And then comes the weirdest part. You sit in your car. And suddenly you feel broke. Like, emotionally broke. 5 minutes ago, you felt abundant. Now you feel like you made terrible life choices in aisle 7. And if you've ever had that moment. Staring at a receipt in a parking lot feeling confused, guilty, and slightly betrayed by yourself. You're not weird. And you're definitely not alone. Because this is not really about groceries. That's the first thing to understand. Yes, grocery stores are designed to make you spend more. That part is true. The lighting is warm. The music is calm. The store is organized to slow you down. Essentials are always weirdly far away. The cart is huge, so it never looks full. All of that matters. But honestly, that's not usually the main reason. The bigger reason is simpler. You probably walked into that store already tired. Mentally tired. Decision tired. Life tired. Maybe work was exhausting. Maybe your week was annoying. Maybe you're stressed about money, family, health, work, everything. And your brain is done. When your brain is tired, it stops caring so much about optimization. It starts caring about relief. That's it. That fancy snack is not just a snack anymore. It's a tiny emotional reward. A little hit of comfort. A quick moment of, at least I can have this. And that matters more than people realize. Because a lot of people are not just shopping for food. They're shopping for a feeling. Comfort. Reward. Control. Softness. A sense that life is not just bills, stress, and responsibilities. And sometimes that starts way earlier than adulthood. Think about how money felt in your house growing up. Maybe every grocery trip was stressful. Maybe someone was always saying, put that back. We don't need that. That's too expensive. Maybe you learned really early that wanting extra things came with guilt. Or tension. Or shame. So now, as an adult, buying something nice at the grocery store can feel strangely emotional. Not because it's logical. But because some small part of you is still reacting to an old experience. Like, I can buy the good cereal now. I don't have to ask permission. I don't have to hear no. And that feels good. For a while. Until checkout. Or honestly. Until the parking lot. Because that's when the emotional high wears off. And logic comes back. Now your brain is doing math again. Now you remember your budget. Now suddenly the good cheese feels like a personal failure. That's why the guilt feels delayed. Not in aisle 3. Not while choosing. Later. When the dopamine is gone. And people usually misread this whole experience. They think, I have no discipline. I need more self-control. But most of the time, that's not the issue. You are trying to solve emotional exhaustion with consumer behavior. Which works for about 30 minutes. That's why it keeps happening. You are not bad with money. You are just human. A tired human trying to make life feel slightly better using one of the easiest tools available. And honestly, that makes sense. The problem is just that groceries are expensive enough to make the emotional hangover very noticeable. So maybe the real question isn't, how do I stop overspending at the grocery store? Maybe the better question is, what am I actually needing when I walk in there? Comfort? Reward? Control? A break? Something to look forward to. Because sometimes you're not buying groceries. You're buying a temporary feeling that everything is okay. And that is why you can feel rich in the store. And broke in the parking lot. So tell me honestly. Have you ever had this exact moment? Receipt in hand. Sitting in your car. Wondering how you somehow spent twice what you planned. Comment below. And subscribe for more money psychology videos that explain behaviors most people blame on bad habits. Because usually, it goes much deeper than that.